a foregone conclusion. However, I will say this head to head with Hurt, Carmelo, I mean, yeah, does decently well against Akala as part of the reason why Hurt is able to rise up so decently, but does have a 1-0 record on Carmelo, and that was a 3-0. So something to be said. Either way, we got losers finals on the way here at Sumabato 63. Call sign twitch.tv/VGBootCamp. And starting things off again, this is as judicious as we expected it to be. Build the wall, mine the resources, and then watches the explosions happen behind it. Yeah, it's nice to know it happens to me too. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And in case you're wondering, which you probably weren't, that matchup happened in losers quarterfinals at a 16th edition of Grand Slam. So that was actually all the way back in 2023. So this would be the first time since his relative ascent that he was that they're playing at this level. Because yeah, back then Carmelo was an honorable mention for the rankings at the time, but yeah, not so now. He's number 15 in the world, but Hurt says you better know your place. It is still below me, and Hurt joined First Blood in this set. Best of 5, obviously, but man, oh man, do the stakes feel just a little bit higher than that, especially if you're talking about someone like Carmelo. You at the very least want to stake your claim to wanting to belong in that realm, right? You wanting to belong in the conversation with people like her, and that's something that you want to see for yourself. And certainly, this Steve main from Kyoto is no different. There's an explosive laid down there, I think. And yeah, that is going to be a stock taken by Carmelo, who's shown maybe, just maybe, I've grown a little bit in 2 years since. Oh man, they're doing a lot of dancing around each other. Piling it on. It's a very different tenor, I would say, from what we saw last set. Steve versus Kazuya, where they just wanted to do all their damage at once. You know that if you overextend, you can be punished, and that's true for both characters. But they're not playing with fear either, so gotta respect it. Catches the jump, well done, and the back air is going to be the result, but still, Carmelo with a slight lead in terms of damage. And just as I say that, and this is why they call it a commentator's curse, folks. The anvil, dropping it down right on the button of the Pokeball. I am impressed. Folks, sometimes you just got to make your own achievements. Oh man, a little mutually assured destruction, but minus the destruction. Gotta love that when that happens. Feels a little Dragon Ball Z-esque. Just knock each other back into the sides of canyons. Minecart. Explosion. Oh, but it is going to be a back air that winds up doing the job for Carmelo. Surviving at 174. Gotta think that a back air is going to do the job, which makes the construction of that wall all the more important. And getting something out of Minecart as well. Just a little extra damage. How important it is in the long run, Not everything is as important in the moment. What can we say? Got equal parts stone and iron in the clip. Oh, missile to the face. Not quite enough to get the job done. Minecart landed perfectly on the spot. Some impressive curling, but I don't know how much that counts for in Smash. Hurt being made to do a lot of dancing in this. And is able to connect with what looked like the back air. And is getting it down to one stock each now. Carmelo, couple of hits away from a statement victory in game one that may well change the complexion of this set. But Hurt right now trying to hold court. Right now is struggling to hold stage. Having these bombs blow up in the face and yeah, the bombs bouncing off of the wall has to hurt for well, hurt. Realize exactly what I was saying after I started that sentence, but we're seeing now Hurt getting back to stage and is having trouble coping with what Carmelo has been able to provide here. Dash attack right into the shield. That could have been ripe for punishment. Up throw not quite going to do the job there at 157%. Again, shortest ceiling in the competitive rule set. Not quite yet either. Hurt able to direct himself outward. Minecart. The threat of it is always there, and that connects on the hilt of the pickaxe. That is a crazy range, and that is going to kill. Hurt can only survive so many of those big hits, and simply put, up at that range, Steve with Diamond is just going to have more options to send you back farther than Hurt will in that moment. So, two former Sumabato champions in their own right, Hurt and Carmelo. Carmelo winning the 57th edition of the tournament back in April. Hurt, believe a one-time champion in his own right, winning Sumabato 48 back in June of 2024. As we go to game number 2. Here we go, man. I mean, again, yeah, just get the wall up, get the resources out, and throw bombs at the wall until it breaks. It works when it's dirt. Let's say that. Works decently enough. If my phrasing is a little clumsy, then I just want you all to know I'm not sorry. Damage advantage right now for Carmelo, but again, it's just the thoughtfulness behind what these two are doing. Hurt isn't even engaging right now. This is just, all right, you know what? Get the diamond, do whatever. That's fine. I'm just gonna. Then we do have a prediction that this is perhaps going to time, and at this point, it's tough to. Yeah. Tough to argue with that. Sometimes you just gotta block camp, man. That's just what it is. And even though you do have the disadvantage in terms of damage, you got to think if you are able to goad Carmelo into something and get him from out behind that wall. You never know, right? It could happen. Something could happen. It's just a matter of will Hurt be ready when the time comes. Triple digits. We're seeing it now. Oh. trying to do anything he can to that crafting table. It's like you found the source of the evil. Let's destroy it. Oh man, it's like trying to destroy the source in Highlander. Can you tell I've watched Highlander too many times? Man, some of y'all don't even know what Highlander is. What am I doing? All right, we are. We're gonna stop making references to dumb sci-fi movies that I like, and talk about this game instead because that's infinitely better, right? We're coming up on 3 minutes, and we have yet to see a stock. And folks, again, hey, tell me where you're watching from. As Hurt finally takes the first stock of this one. You know what? While we got this going, tell me if you got the Dodgers or the Blue Jays in the World Series. I want to hear you. They could talk about hockey, could talk about soccer. No, man. Let's Dodgers or Jays? What you's got? Me, I think the Jays got it in 7. I want that for Toronto. It'll be a good series, though. I'll say that. Grenades coming out. Dash attack. And it's going to be 2 stocks apiece now. And yeah, it's again Hurt just kind of fallen victim to the standard Steve trappings, although not doing so until like 3-4 minutes into the match. Not doing too badly, all things considered. Dash attack to just get away from Steve, from the axe swinging madman. That's a pretty decent strategy. 2 stocks to 1 now, and Hurt. Yeah, again, it's just about picking your interactions, and sometimes you gotta wait 7 minutes in order to do that. Sometimes the name of the game is patience, folks. And I am. Yeah, I am genuinely kind of curious how I am going to pass the time in this set. I hope that I am at the very least more engaging than what is going on. So we are at a minute and change, just under 2 minutes, but we're going to see it. The minecart is going to not do anything, and Hurt is able to get the stock and get the game. We are drawn up at 1 apiece, and Hurt trying to break his way through these walls that Carmelo keeps putting up. We did see Hurt. I mean, it took a little bit, but Hurt found the way and is able to bring just a touch of that flair to the last stock as well. Gotta appreciate it, man. Not for nothing, but hey, Hurt's got to get it done one way or another, and sometimes it just has to be that. Yeah, he's not gonna want to. He's not gonna want to interact because why would he? Excuse me. Here we go with game number 3. Again, just piling it up just a little bit more quickly. It's a interesting stage. You have a wider area to work with, but trying to initiate just a little bit more combat. Then again, you have more space to cover, so obviously Carmelo is going to look for that to garner an advantage, even though there is a rate at which Like you're not going to get as many diamonds. I think that PS2 has the least the lowest diamond rate, like lowest diamond spawn rate. However, you do get iron, so it's either the lowest diamond or lowest iron. I'm not sure. If you think I'm dedicating a Google search to that, you are out of your mind. But grenades, nonetheless, popping their way through. And yeah, the minecart popping his way into Hurt's face, as is the pickaxe that is going to be stock number 1 to Carmelo. Triple digits now. Hurt finding the stock and did not see it any extra credit. That is a... Hey, you know what? Small victories are victories. You got to just take that if you're Hurt. And we are back to the resource game and the war of attrition that has been thrown out. Hey, even if it's a war of attrition, that means there are some pretty solidly drawn battle lines. And, well, we're seeing them play out here. The damage that's being put on by Carmelo, though, nothing to shake a stick at. Luckily, it's not a stick, it's a pickaxe. Seeing it here. And now Hurt trying to build a wall of his own, and that wall is made of grenades. We're seeing that damage pile on just a little bit. You have to place them pretty expertly, but need to be just a little less accurate, I guess, with that pickaxe. And we're seeing it play out here, where Carmelo gets Hurt into a last stock situation in this game number 3. Pickaxes, piling it on. 85, 95 percentage points, triple digits. Carmelo knows how close he is to grand finals, to a return trip. First one since April at a Sumabato. And this 15th ranked player in the world looking Hurt in the eyes and making his elder respect him. There are no rules for seniority on the sticks. You're either better or you're not. Carmelo looking for a sense of victory, a sense of righteousness, a sense of belonging with the number 3 ranked player, easily the world's best snake. The minecart missing the mark. A full stock lead now on Hurt. And even though the grenades will reach over the wall, they are not going to get the knockout that Hurt so desperately needs. Carmelo controlling the pace of play, however, Hurt connecting with the back air. We're seeing it here. The grenades being lobbed into the trenches like the Battle of the Bulge. And now a 3-block wall being built. And Hurt simply cannot cope right now. Another diamond pickaxe. Because why wouldn't you? Wait, actually, no. Was it not? Okay, it was sword, yeah, but... Being sent up into the air? I mean, Hurt is accurate with these shots, but... It seemed to be mostly for naught. Not getting the knockback that you need to kill, just kind of sending them into rage. Eventually getting that that knockout blow, but at 110%, you got the diamond on the sword, but are you going to have what it takes to build up that damage and get the killing blow on Carmelo? This is where you prove just how quality you are. Form is temporary, class is permanent. Hurt looking to show both here. Minute and change remaining. Carmelo still building that wall. Doesn't need to apply the pressure. Time is his friend here. Less than a minute to go. under the platform. No need to approach. Only pursuing when you have a clear path towards a hitbox. And showing it there, the pickaxe is finding this mark at 149%. Hurt is at the cusp of death. C4. It's kind of chilling there. It's right there, but... Oh, I don't think Carmelo's going to be goaded towards it. He remembers exactly where it is. No. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, that's going to be the up throw, and Carmelo is able to get the victory. And he is at 2-1 now on Hurt. It is a tough thing to ponder. This is not easy to solo cast. I certainly appreciate you all hanging out with me here. But yeah, no, this is yet another one of the Steves that has been working in the tradition of doing well at these Sumabato tournaments. Again, you're talking about people who have won these things in the past. Carmelo himself being a past winner. Rocky, who's played this character to tremendous success. I believe took it over Taike playing Steve. And yeah, it's not like he's alone in the matter. This is pretty well established that Steve is a decent character over in Japan, and as polarizing over there as he is here, I think they're a little bit more polite about it, admittedly. And now the grenades, just going right through the dirt bricks. Probably just going to encourage Carmelo to mine more, if I'm being completely honest. But we go to small battlefield for game number 4, and just firing away, and it's a pretty good pitching arm on Hurt Snake. Could use him on the Phillies. Can't be worse than we got in the bullpen now. So either way, that's a conversation for another time. Shielding, trying to walk with the axe. The Enderman Axe Murderer out yet again on small battlefield, and again, no real reason to go after things. It's just a lot of damage being piled on. And by a lot, I mean 34%, because that's totally a lot, right? And that was all just made up in 2 hits. Like, that's the game we're playing, folks. And if I'm not mistaken, the winner of this one is getting a trip to Port Priority in 2 weeks. So it's not nothing. The winner of last month's got a trip to Port as well. That was Raru, taking it 3-1 over Achimo. So, and we did see a little bit of Asimo earlier on. Wound up going down 3-0 to this very Carmelo, who is on a 3-match win streak right now, 4-match win streak right now. With a victory here, he'd make it 5. He'd make it to Grands. Continuing on now. At 123%, Carmelo may be on the back foot, but Hurt had to get himself in a position to win in the first place. And how is it that you are going to counteract what Carmelo is doing? He's got to accept that he's going to block camp, man. Oh, beautifully done. The grenade recovery, bouncing off of the rock in order to get back to the stage. However, Carmelo with the counterplay. Sometimes you just got to roll up on him, man. It is 3 stocks to 2 in favor of Carmelo, and 1 step closer to grand finals, where Mia I should say patiently awaits.
かなりでかい。まあ、それに対してハートさんが一個一個ね、空中手裏でリスクつけてるけど、まあ、その撃墜するトロッコと、まあ、ラインがある、まあ、トロッコを打つときって大体ラインがあるから、吹っ飛ばされてもまあ、あんま大丈夫っていう。
撃墜するための会話をできるのが多分エンダーマン側やねんな。
そうね、仕掛けに行けるのうまい。最大反撃だ。
こういう感じでそのエンダーマン側が会話してきたところに、返答するのがスネークの撃墜になってるから、
はい、
DA スネークの DA めちゃくちゃ強いけど撃墜できるわけじゃないっていうところが
そうね、
結構顕著かもしれんこれ。
まあ、そこでそうだね、その撃墜できるっていうところで会話を先に仕掛けるのは、やっぱりエンダーマンに見えるね。
そういう感じだと思うな。
はい。さあどうだ、下強ヒットからいい C フォーマン通った。さあ火力としてはリードできていそうだ。ハードうわ寄ってくる。
Now still hanging out. Still trying to find a way back into this set. Is hurt. Trying to establish the dominance that he's been so thoroughly known for. Decent record on Akala, as has been mentioned prior, but Carmelo has presented a conundrum. What if I just didn't care? What if I just
これなんならもうあと2分このパーセントでしのぎたいぐらい。これちょっと小づいて82。あ、手榴弾受けてますね。あ、どこ大丈夫か。まあいやー、ないあったのか。 C4
仕掛けてたからね。
ここはちょっとね、ほころびも出たか。ついにさあ一気に苦しい状況になったハード。ここから逆転。
There we go, dash attack. 2 stocks to 1. Carmelo 1 away here.
残り時間も少なくなってきた。しかしながらこのハート幾度となく不可能に思えたことをやり遂げてきた。相打ち、まあ相打ちならダメージ撃墜ラインには近づけているか。トロッコで突っ込んでくる。さあこれは掴んでいる。なんか確定してそうだった。避けてその次。
Here we go.
お互い交錯する。少しずつ
Looking for it, trying to find a way in, needs to get that killing blow, and is just eluding him. Carmelo hiding behind the wall because why would he do anything else? There's no reason to.
ここから1分。さあ前田からミサイル当たるぞ。右から左まだ耐えている。
And
寄ってくるリモコンミサイル。ここをしのいだのはカルメロ。
looking for Nikita. He's been finding a lot of really good stuff, but yeah, just needs to find it a little bit more consistently. And finally, like going down to 1 stock apiece. It's at 36. Like you need to pile up this damage. You just need to go. Like if you lose, right?
もう一個建築物がすごい。この間に物がある状況を2人はどう過ごすか。この壁を隔てた2人の会話。かなとこ当たってこのブロック空対空。ここは勝ったの。
And there we go. It's Carmelo. Folks, I am.
3対1。
Carmelo is doing the thing, man. He popped off, and he's excited to get back to grand finals, and you can't blame him for that. It's, hey, you know what? Grands is grands, baby. Grands is grands, and hurt as good as the effort was, simply was not